Good afternoon, South Central Kansas. What's trending in Wichita today? Well, a new month and a new marathon, almost. It is the second annual Chisholm Trail Marathon, which is coming up in our great city on the 22nd of this month. In to visit with us about that, Michael Langston, who is the president of the Chisholm Trail Marathon. Michael, welcome back in.
Hey, thanks for having me back in, Rick. I appreciate it.
We are so glad to have you here. A big event coming up. I want to talk a little bit about the growth of the Chisholm Trail Marathon. Last year, the inaugural year. This year is year 2, and support has grown immensely.
Absolutely. So in our second year, we've added the Trailblazer 5K. We're in our second year, and we've seen about a 20% growth in registrations since over last year. So we're excited to have a bigger and better race, and we've added a lot more to our start-finish line area as well.
As far as competitors in this year's race, we're seeing an increase, which also means the beneficiary of this year's race, the United Way, may also see increases.
Absolutely. It's been our goal since our inaugural year is to grow our race into a local community event that benefits and makes a large contribution to the United Way of the Plains. And obviously in any business's first year, you don't see a lot of profit, but we're hoping in our second and third year, and as we continue to grow as a nonprofit and charity in our city, that we continue to grow that donation to the United Way of the Plains. Yes.
Now, for people who are hearing this interview this afternoon and who are not involved in the Chisholm Trail Marathon, how is it going to look to them as residents of the city? What is Sunday, March 22nd going to look like to somebody in Wichita?
Well, we hope it looks awesome to them. You know, we're looking for great weather, and we hope that we have the community support. If you're not a runner and you happen to live in the neighborhood, you should have received your notice in the mail. We'd encourage you to come out, bring signs, bring a radio out, bring lawn chairs out, and hang out and support the runners from your front yard or from your sidewalk or your neighborhood.
Now, the entrants into this race don't come just from Wichita or just from Kansas.
Last year, we had people from 38 different states and 3 different countries. So this year, I've checked it the other day, and we're already at like 25 different states. So it's going to grow even more here in the last 20 or so days coming up to the race. And it's just exciting to see that many people coming to Wichita to visit our beautiful city for maybe the first time, and that we can make such a positive impression on them.
A marathon in Wichita, Kansas. We're visiting with Mike Langston, who is the president of the Chisholm Trail Marathon. That race is set to take place on Sunday, March 22nd. Mike, tell us a little bit about the route.
Yes, the route is situated. It starts in Delano, in the historic Delano district. And just as our inaugural, it hasn't changed. It goes along the historic Chisholm Trail course, which is straight east down Douglas Avenue all the way to Linden Avenue, which is just past Rock Road in the Forest Hills neighborhood.
That's a long haul.
That is quite a long haul. But for us runners, when we're out trying to PR, set a personal record, having a whole lot of turns in a marathon can really take a few seconds off your time on each turn. So if there's 57 or 60 turns in a race, those 4 seconds can really add up to minutes added. So that's why I designed the race course to be straight and fast and flat.
Now, the turnaround point, did they come back down Douglas, or do they return back to the west in a different route?
No, actually, no. This is not an out and back. It is a true looped marathon course. So it is Boston and New York qualifier as well as an Olympic trials qualifier. So you'll go north on Linden, and then you'll start heading back west on Central Avenue. Once you get to Woodlawn Avenue, you'll head south to 2nd Street, and then you'll head west all the way straight back to Waco.
Very cool. Very cool. Now tell us about the finish line festivities. The finish line is in Delano?
Yes, the finish line this year is all new. We have a national beer sponsor. Sierra Nevada is coming in. We've got a band. We've got food truck. We've got vendors down there. Of course, our VIP is at the Monarch, so it's an option that you can purchase on registration. What VIP gets you is you get your own private bathrooms, a private place to store all your gear while you're out running. So when you get done, you can come back to the Monarch, and pick up your stuff. We've got gear check. American Movers will have their trucks out there for your gear check. If you don't want to do the VIP, the gear check is free. So there's a lot of activities going on this year. It's going to be fun.
Mike, you talked a little bit about your national sponsor in Sierra Nevada Brewing.
Yes.
On the local front, as far as sponsorship here locally and the board of directors that makes all this come together. Who are some of those folks?
Well, absolutely, yes. To put all this together takes an incredible amount of work, and it's not just me as the president of the organization or race director. There's 15 other people on our board of directors that work behind the scenes, constantly putting this on. And so we have our major media sponsors, which are KSN Channel 3, Howerton and White, and Visit Wichita. Then we have contributing sponsors at a certain level, and then we have supporting sponsors. So all of those sponsors are on our website, and then will be all over our banners on race day.
Let's talk a little bit about that website. What can people find there, and where do they find it?
So on our website, we have all three of our races, the marathon, half marathon, and the Trailblazer 5K. We also have ways to click on for sponsorship or to become a volunteer. So there's a myriad of ways to be involved in the Chisholm Trail Marathon, not just as a participant. Of course, we would love to see you out there on race day running the 5K or the half or the full, but if you're not into that, we want you to be involved. So we want the community to come out and volunteer, and just as coming out and supporting and cheering for the runners is support. So any way you can get involved, we want the community to come out and have a great time.
Mike Langston from the Chisholm Trail Marathon, which is set to be run on March 22nd, Sunday, March 22nd here in Wichita. About 30 seconds left. What do you anticipate for the growth as we go forward? This thing could really get big.
Rick, our dream is maybe in 2028 to bring the Olympic trials to Wichita. So baby steps first, we have to, but I would like to see, us grow to where we have a routinely 3,000 to 4,000 runners every year packing Delano, packing around the Windsurge Stadium, eventually having the Olympic trials here where we could have, Olympians come and run in Wichita and show them what we got.
Very cool. The Chisholm Trail Marathon. It happens Sunday, March 22nd. You can find more on their website, chisholmtrailmarathon.com. Mike Langston, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, Rick.
That's what's trending in Wichita on your Monday afternoon. Have a good one.